shout-outs to Dal Jackson, George Charleston, Camilla Chen for writing, editing, playtesting, and copy editing, and to all the players in the league who played questions, read games, etc. I hope to see you all again for Gunpowder League. You can see sign-ups in the sign-up link below. And if we can head, I'll just do a quick introduction, starting with Steve in seat 1.
Yep, Steve Bahnaman from Midland, Michigan and Raleigh, North Carolina. I am an e-resources librarian at Campbell University.
And Jeff in seat 2.
I'm Jeff. I'm from Rockville, Maryland, and I am an editor at a science journal.
Pat in seat 3.
Hello, I'm Pat Gibson. I live in Wigan and I answer questions on television.
And William in seat 4.
Hi, I'm William Golden. I live in Austin, Texas, and I'm a student at the University of Texas.
All right. Thank you, players, for your patience, and viewers for your patience. We should be all good to go now. If everyone can get hands on screen, that would be great. Round 1, question 1 goes to Steve Bahnaman. Deriving from a play by Alexandre Dumas-Fil, the term demi-monde was used to describe actresses and courtesans who moved in high-class circles. Which French actress and demi-monde, who starred in Dumas' play La Dame aux Camélias, played Hamlet on film?
Pass.
Jeff?
Bernhardt.
Correct. Sarah Bernhardt. Question 2 for Jeff. The Vatican Museum holds an ancient sculpture depicting what Trojan priest being attacked by sea serpents, alongside his sons Antiphantes and Thymbraeus.
Laocoon.
Correct. Yeah, Laocoon. And question 3. In the game of Go, a piece with only a single liberty is described by what word? This Japanese word, also used to describe a move which reduces a piece to a single liberty, inspired the name of a video game company.
Atari.
Correct. Atari. And question 1 now for Jeff. Who is currently in their 4th stint as the manager of the Brazilian club Grêmio, having previously led them to victory in the Copa Libertadores in 1995? This former Chelsea manager was fired from Brazil when he managed them to a 7-1 loss to Germany in 2014.
Knew there was going to be a soccer quad, and I knew it was going to screw me, and that's exactly what's happening. What's a good name to guess? Ferguson.
Wrong. Pat?
Scolari?
Correct. Big Phil, Luis Felipe Scolari. Question 2 for Jeff. Susan Sontag's collection, Against Interpretation, contains an essay discussing what author's book about Jean Genet. This author also wrote the philosophical work Being and Nothingness.
Sartre.
Correct. Jean-Paul Sartre. And question 3. Who composed the Ottoman anthem used during the reigns of Abdülmecid I and Mahmud II? This man promoted Western classical music in the Ottoman capital, but he was overshadowed by his brother, who composed the opera Don Pasquale.
Oh, God. Don Pasquale. I'm just going to say Donizetti.
Correct, yeah. Last name alone is fine. That's Gaetano's brother Giuseppe Donizetti composed the Ottoman national anthem. Question 1 for Pat. What American singer-songwriter was Oscar nominated for co-writing the song Footloose with Dean Pitchford?
Loggins?
Correct, the great Kenny Loggins. Question 2. Several countries have running jokes that certain regions do not exist, such as the German city of Bielefeld. In Mexico, this joke often concerns which state, named for a people who allied with the Spanish against the Aztecs. This is the smallest state of Mexico.
Oaxaca.
Wrong. William?
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
Jeff?
Pass.
That is Tlaxcala. Tlaxcala. And question 3 for Pat. The namesake engine of which 1996 video game pioneered the use of binary space partitioning and Gouraud shading. This violent 3D shooter game made by id Software was a follow-up to Doom.
Unreal.
Wrong. William?
Pass.
Steve?
Quake.
Correct. That is Quake, namesake of the Quake engine, of course. And question 1 for William. Paul Bear Vasquez became an internet sensation for a video in which he waxed lyrical about what unusual phenomenon all across the sky?
Double rainbow.
Correct. A double rainbow. Question 2. Beating many men in the process, Pamela Reed was the first woman to win an event named for Badwater in Death Valley. In which specific sport?
Kayaking.
Wrong. Steve?
I pass.
Jeff?
Ultra marathoning.
Correct. The
Very
Badwater Ultra Marathon, as if running further than a marathon wasn't already unpleasant enough. And question 3 for William. Which namesake of a world capital was victorious at the battles of Tarqui and Pichincha?
Sucre.
Correct. Jose Antonio de Sucre, namesake of the Bolivian constitutional capital. So through round 1, the only X is the Mexican state of Tlaxcala, with Jeff on 4, Steve on 3, Pat and William on 2. Round 2, question 1 for Steve. Derived from the Japanese word for star anise, which acid names a pathway by which plants, fungi, and bacteria can synthesize aromatic amino acids? As that metabolic pathway is absent in animals, humans must obtain those essential amino acids from their diet.
Repeat, please.
Sure. So derived from the Japanese word for star anise, which acid names a pathway by which plants, fungi, and bacteria can synthesize aromatic amino acids? As that metabolic pathway is absent in animals, humans must obtain those essential amino acids from their diet. That's 10 seconds.
Pantothenic acid.
Wrong. William?
Shikemic.
Correct, yeah. Shikimic acid, or the shikimate pathway. Shikimi
Nice.
is
That was
the...
beyond me. Good.
Good. Yes, good star anise knowledge. Question 2 for Steve. The current Brazil manager, Tite, won the Copa Libertadores in 2012 with which club? This club's fan base are known as the Faithful, in contrast to the treachery of those who left to form the rival club, Palmeiras.
Santos.
Wrong. Pat?
Pass.
William?
Pass.
Jeff?
Pass.
That is Corinthians, one of the two big clubs in Sao Paulo. And question 3. See if Brazilian geography is more your preference. Brazilians joke about the non-existence of which rubber-producing state, which has its capital at Rio Branco.
Let's look at these two. Morelos.
Wrong. Pat?
Pass.
William?
Pass.
Jeff?
Pass.
This is Acre. Acre, or that's spelled the same as acre. I think it's in the far west. And we've got question 1 for Jeff. The strained lyrics, every time we looked around, there he was, that hairy hound from Budapest, never leaving us alone, never have I ever known a ruder pest, appear in the song You Did It. From what musical? In this musical, the central characters sing the song at the start of Act 2, having deceived the Hungarian Zoltán Kárpáthy.
Could you just repeat the lyrics?
Sure. Every time we looked around, there he was, that hairy hound from Budapest, never leaving us alone, never have I ever known a ruder pest.
Oh my god, I just have nothing. T for 2.
Wrong. Pat?
Pass.
William?
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
That is My Fair Lady. He's the Hungarian phonetics expert that they dupe. Question 2 for Jeff. Often described as a demimonde, what Irish dancer was a long-term partner of King Ludwig I of Bavaria?
I would never guess she was Irish, but Lola Montez.
Yes, born Eliza Gilbert, but yes.
Oh, well,
Lo-
that would do it.
Lola Montez, of course. And question 3 for you, Jeff. Because the bounding boxes in Quake were simple polygons, what computation problem was easy for id Software to handle? Since it determines whether a bullet has made contact with a player's hitbox, this problem is central to shooting games, and it is often modeled with billiards balls.
Oh god. I just don't know what this is called. The mean free path problem.
Incorrect. Pat?
Pass.
William?
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
That is collision detection. Collision detection problem.
Sure.
Question 1 for Pat. What American-British actor played Frank in 2 episodes of Doctor Who in 2007? He may be more familiar for starring in the film The Amazing Spider-Man and for playing Eduardo Saverin in The Social Network.
Garfield.
Correct. Andrew Garfield. Question 2. Stefan Karl Stefansson became an internet sensation for performing the song We Are Number One in his role as Robbie Rotten in what Icelandic children's TV show?
Lazy Town.
Correct. Lazy Town. From Iceland, but recorded in English, of course. And question 3. What Mannerist artist was inspired by the discovery of the Laocoon group, depicting the scene in the foreground of a gloomy painting of Toledo?
El Greco.
Correct. El Greco. Domenikos Theotokopoulos as well. But yes, El Greco. And question 1 for William. A rival of Gu Lee, which 9-dan Korean Go player is known for his broken ladder game against Hong Chang-sik in 2003. In 2016, this player achieved an impressive Game 4 win against AlphaGo.
Lee.
Prompt?
Sewol.
You say again, sorry?
Sewol.
Wrong. Steve?
Pass.
Pat?
Lee Sedol.
Sedol, yeah, with a D. Sorry, unlucky, very close. Lee Sedol is the answer. Yeah, played AlphaGo 2016. Question 2 for William. Susan Sontag's book, Against Interpretation, includes the essay The Anthropologist as Hero, which concerns what French thinker? This man wrote the works The Savage Mind and Triste Tropique.
Levi Strauss.
Correct. And question 3. The anthem of the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies was composed by Giovanni Paisiello, who also composed the final version of what opera? The most famous version of this opera includes the aria Una voce poco fa.
The Barber of Seville.
Correct. Barber of Seville.
Nice.
Very strong answer. And so going in, a few more X's hit the players in this round. So going into round 3, we've got Pat on 6, Jeff and William on 5, Steve on 3, 2 bonus attempts from Jeff and Pat, and 1 each from Steve and William. Round 3, question 1 for Steve. Convicted in 2018 of human trafficking offences, the Indian singer Daler Mehndi became an internet sensation for what 1998 Bhangra hit?
Pass.
William?
Tunik Tunik Tune.
Correct. Tunak Tunak Tun, often just called Tunak. Question 2 for Steve. The strained lyric, "There are bridges you cross, you don't know you crossed until you've crossed," appears in which Broadway musical? The song appears at the start of Act 2, when one of the female leads celebrates her engagement to Fiyero, that's Fiyero, the captain of the guard, and insists that her sister does not want to be found.
Wicked.
Correct. Wicked. And question 3. Giorgio Moroder composed the music for what Kenny Loggins song, which was used in the film Top Gun?
There were 2, but I'm going to say Danger Zone.
Yes, you avoided the danger zone by picking the danger zone. Correct. And so a strong round there for Steve. And question 1 for Jeff. Jackie Tonawanda was an early advocate for women in which sport, and is probably best known for beating Larry Rodania in a related discipline. Claressa Shields won a gold medal in this sport at the 2016 Olympics.
Discipline. I will say rugby.
Incorrect. Steve?
Boxing.
Correct. Yes,
Good.
boxing. Yeah. Larry Rodania was a kickboxer, but yeah, Jackie and Tonawanda and Claressa Shields, boxers. Question 2 for Jeff. Shikimic acid is often used as the base material for the synthesis of what important medicine? This neuraminidase inhibitor is a common treatment for influenza.
Jesus. Acetylcholine.
Wrong. Pat?
Tamiflu.
Tamiflu, yeah, that's the brand name, or generically oseltamivir, but yeah, Tamiflu is fine. And question 3 for Jeff. Which rule in Go bans players from making a move which would cause the board to repeat the position from the previous move? The name of this rule derives from the Sanskrit word kalpa, meaning eon, and this rule also names a common tactical fight in the game of Go?
I just do not know anything about Go other than Atari. No, pass.
William?
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
Pat?
Cool.
Correct. This is the Co rule. Co, yeah,
Good.
from Kalpa. And Pat, your questions. Who created the titular fictional demimonde of the novel Gigi? Known by a mononym, this woman fought her husband Willie for the rights to her novels.
Colette.
Correct. Colette. Question 2. In her collection Against Interpretation, Sontag included an essay titled for Vivre sa vie, a film by which French New Wave director of the film Breathless.
Jean-Luc Godard.
Correct. And question 3. Which namesake of a world capital was victorious at the battles of Vimeiro and Assaye? Assaye, that's A-S-S-A-Y-E.
Hmm.
Ten seconds.
Valletta.
Wrong. William?
Wellington.
Correct. Wellington, Duke of Wellington, or Arthur Wellesley, of course, Wellington is the capital. So that's Vimeiro, I believe, is in the Peninsular War, and Assaye in the Anglo-Maratha Wars. And William, now here are your questions. Which supposedly non-existent province of the Netherlands contains the cities of Emmen and Assen? The TT circuit in Assen has hosted a MotoGP race every year since 1949.
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
Jeff?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
That is Drenthe. Drenthe in northeastern Netherlands. Oops. Question 2 for William. Which British actress played Ashild in season 9 of the revival of Doctor Who? She is perhaps more famous for playing the character Arya Stark.
Turner.
Wrong. Steve?
Maisie Williams.
Correct. Maisie Williams. And final question of the round. The French sculptor Joseph Chinard was inspired by the methods of the Dottier porcelain to create a depiction of Laocoon in what style? Antonio Canova and Bertel Thorvaldsen developed this style of sculpture while in Rome.
Could you repeat that, please?
Sure. The French sculptor Joseph Chinard was inspired by the methods of the Dottier porcelain to create a depiction of Laocoon in what style? Antonio Canova and Bertel Thorvaldsen developed this style of sculpture while in Rome.
Like a bust?
Wrong. Jeff?
Neoclassical?
Yes, just
Oh.
neoclassical. Yeah. So had one more X in that round, I believe, with yes, Drenthe. And going into round 4, we've got Pat on 10, Steve and William on 7, Jeff on 6, 4 bonus attempts from Pat, 3 everywhere else. Round 4, question 1 for Steve. Lynn Hill beat many men to achieve notable firsts in what sport? Janja Garnbrett and Adam Ondra are leading figures in this sport in the current day.
Climbing.
Yeah, sport climbing, yep. Lynn Hill, he did the first free ascent of El Cap, but not the first free solo, of course. And question 2 for Steve. Who composed the patriotic song, which was briefly used as the anthem of the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic in the 1990s? This man also composed an opera in which Ivan Susanin protects Tsar Mikhail by sending Polish troops on a wild goose chase.
Prokofiev.
Incorrect. Jeff?
Glinka.
Correct. Mikhail Glinka.
Good job.
And question 3 for Steve. What British actress played Robina Redmond in The Unicorn and the Wasp, a 2008 episode of Doctor Who? This actress played Jyn Erso in the film Rogue One, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg in On the Basis of Sex.
Felicity Jones.
Correct. Felicity Jones. Question 1 for Jeff. Lynn Catterson has argued that what artist actually sculpted the Laocoon group, suggesting that the discovery was a fraud. At the time of the sculpture's discovery, this man was starting his 40 years of work on the tomb of Julius II.
Michelangelo.
Correct. Question 2. With Michael McDonald, Kenny Loggins co-wrote What a Fool Believes, a hit song by what band?
Oh God. I just don't know this one. It's unfortunate. What a fool believes. Kenny Loggins. What a fool believes. The let's go with Def Leppard.
Wrong. William?
The Doobie Brothers.
Correct. The Doobie Brothers. And question 3 for Jeff. Born in Italy, which Frenchman, the namesake of a world capital, was heralded as the pacifist conqueror? He gained his epithet by expanding the French Empire through a deal with King Makoko of the Bateques.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Born in Italy, which Frenchman, the namesake of a world capital, was heralded as the pacifist conqueror? He gained this epithet by expanding the French Empire through a deal with King Makoko of the Bateques.
Ugh. Capitals named for French people.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Answer, please.
Pass.
All right. Steve?
Braza.
Correct. Pierre
Oh.
Sauvignon de Braza.
Good.
And question 1 for Pat. Of the clubs not from Brazil or Argentina, which one has won the Copa Libertadores the most times? This club has won the Uruguayan Primera División a record 50 times.
Penarol.
Correct. Peñarol. Question 2. Which most prominent of Japan's 4 Go houses gives its name to a major Go tournament? Shusako, Jowa, and Shusai are among the legendary champions from this house.
Ishii.
Wrong. William?
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
Jeff?
Pass.
That is Honinbo, the master of Go. The Kawabata novel concerns one of them. And question 3. Which chemical is used to inhibit the enzyme EPSPS, a part of the shikimate pathway? Plants described as Roundup Ready are genetically modified to be resistant to this herbicide.
Malathion.
Wrong. William?
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
Jeff?
Glyphosate.
Say again, sorry?
Glyphosate.
Correct, yes, glyphosate. Yes, I'd been saying it as glyphosate in my head, but yes, I'm sure that's the same thing. Glyphosate.
My dad is certainly yelling at me. He's an
Well,
industrial chemist from the old school.
yes, well, yelling proudly that you know it, I'm sure. And question 1 for William. What programmer and game developer, a co-founder of id Software, joined Oculus VR in 2013, where he serves as the CTO?
Johnson.
Wrong. Steve?
Pass.
Pat?
Carmack.
Correct. John
good.
Carmack. Yes.
Wow.
John Carmack. Yes. And question 2 for William. The demimonde Virginia Oldoini is best known as a mistress to what monarch? The target of the Orsini plot. After a long search for a spouse, this man married the Spanish princess Eugenie de Montijo.
Napoleon III.
Correct. Napoleon III, Louis Napoleon. And final question of the round. The strained lyrics, there is something about his face. I would follow him anywhere. If he goes to another place, I am going to like it there. Appear in what musical? The song is sung by Mei Li, a picture bride, when she first sees Wang Ta in this musical.
Miss Saigon.
Wrong. Steve?
Pass.
Jeff?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
That is Flower Drum Song,
Bad thing.
the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical based on a novel by the second most famous C.Y. Lee. So going into round 5, things are very, very close, with Pat slight lead on 12 and 5 bonus attempts, Steve just behind on 10, 4 bonus attempts, and Jeff and King on 9, with Jeff with 5 bonus attempts, William with 4, and everyone has had 2 X's so far. Oops, done it.
Good luck, everybody.
Yes, so good luck.
Good luck.
Going to the final round. Question 1 for Steve. In Against Interpretation, Sontag includes an essay in which she criticizes notes and counter-notes, a collection of essays by what author? This author also wrote plays such as The Bald Soprano and The Chairs.
UNESCO.
Correct. Eugene Ionesco, whose house I'm told is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Ooh, Beatles, man.
I was gonna make that joke.
Yes,
if you didn't.
my wife told me I had to credit her for that joke. Question 2 for you, Steve. An algorithm for quickly performing what mathematical operation was famously implemented in the source code of Quake 3 Arena? The algorithm is sometimes named in reference to the mysterious hexadecimal constant 0x5f3759df, which plays a helpful role in this operation.
Can you read the beginning again?
Yeah, so an algorithm for quickly performing what mathematical operation was famously implemented in the source code of Quake 3 Arena?
Random number generation.
A reasonable guess, but no. William?
Pass.
Jeff?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
That is the infamous fast inverse square root algorithm, where the original source code says rude words such as what the F and I don't understand how this works and black magic constant. But yes, question 3 for for Steve, sorry. Which namesake of a world capital was defeated at the Battle of Kongela and was victorious at the Battle of Blood River?
Washington.
Wrong. William?
Pass.
Jeff?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
That is Andres Pretorius, namesake of Pretoria. That's
I would have liked my guess. Oh well.
that would have been a very excellent dupe, I think. But yes, afraid not. And question 1 for Jeff. Which British actress played Sally Sparrow in the revival of Doctor Who? This actress is better known for starring in the film Promising Young Woman and for playing Daisy Buchanan in The Great Gatsby.
Mulligan.
Correct. Carey Mulligan. Question 2. Separated from Abruzzo in 1970, which apparently non-existent region of Italy is divided into the provinces of Campobasso and Isania. Only the Aosta Valley is smaller than this most recently established region of Italy.
I forgot I had one of these coming to me. And I just don't have an answer. Formio.
Wrong. William?
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
That is Molise, in sort of central eastern Italy. And question 3 for Jeff. The source of much viral content. What comedy duo created the advert for Chuck Tester that became an internet sensation?
Much viral content comedy duo. Oh, God. Key and Peele.
Wrong. William? Steve?
Pass.
Pat?
Pass.
That is Rhett and Link, hosts of Good Mythical
Those
Morning.
guys.
Yes. Question 1 for Pat. In 2020, in the Portuguese town of Nazaré, Maya Gabeira beat all men to set a year's best in what sport? Australia's Stephanie Gilmore is a 7-time world champion in this sport.
We'll start off with surfing.
Yep.
Need any more than that?
No, that's fine. There's 2 different kinds of surfing represented there. So yes, Maya Gabeira surfed the highest wave of the year in 2020. Question 2 for Pat. Who harmonized the music to La Parisienne, the anthem used during the July monarchy? This man wrote an influential grand opera about Masaniello, titled The Mute Girl of Portici.
Oh.
Ten seconds.
Maya beer.
Wrong. William?
Hour.
Say again, sorry?
Hour. Auer.
Wrong. Steve?
Pass.
Jeff?
I'm going to pass. Is his first name Daniel?
Yes, it's Daniel Albert with a B.
Damn it.
Yes, Mute Girl of Portici, best known for, to some extent, sparking the Belgian Revolution in the 1830s. And question 3 for Pat. The strained lyric, I'm cool, brave and daring, to see a lion glaring, appears in what Irving Berlin musical? The title character of this musical laments that marksmanship doesn't translate to romance.
Annie, get your gun.
Correct.
Good.
And question 1 for William. An endpoint of the shikimate pathway, chorismic acid, is central to the biosynthesis of what other acid? This precursor to aspirin is often used in the treatment of acne.
Could you repeat that, please?
Sure. An endpoint of the shikimate pathway, charismic acid, is central to the biosynthesis of what other acid? This precursor to aspirin is often used in the treatment of acne.
Benzoic.
Wrong. Steve?
Yes.
Jeff?
Salicylic acid.
Correct. Salicylic acid.
Very nice.
Like
Just
aspirin.
wouldn't come.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yes. The mnemonic for that is salicylic, derived from like salix, the like willow and aspirin, all that. That's how I try to remember it. Question 2 for William. Kenny Loggins was Grammy nominated for his work on the soundtrack album for what 1976 film? Many of the tracks on the album were performed by Chris Christopherson.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Wrong. Steve?
Urban Cowboy.
Wrong. Pat?
Pass.
Jeff?
A Star is Born.
Correct. 1976 Star is Born. And final question of the game for William. Which manager won a record 4 Copa Libertadores titles? 1 with Vélez Sarsfield in 1994 and 3 with Boca Juniors. This Argentine had a prolific career as a goalscorer in Ligue 1 with PSG and Reims.
Maradona.
Wrong. Steve?
Campes.
Wrong. Pat?
Pass.
Jeff?
Helenio Herrera.
Wrong. That is Carlos Bianchi, who is popularly said to look rather a lot like Larry David. And he does indeed look a lot like Larry David. So final scores are Pat with 14, Jeff 12, Steve 11, William 9. Really great play all around. Just 14 X's, plenty of own gets and good bonus attempts all around. Congratulations on Pat getting his well-deserved title after many strong
Hell of a
fast
game.
performances. Yes.
Well played, everyone.
Good job.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
you had us good on that Go quad, especially.
Yes, that was really
real
great
nice,
answer.
real nice. Those were good knowledge.
Yes, that's
That
great
was
answer.
very good.
The co-rule.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well played, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks again to everyone who played the season and read for the season, especially those people who read but did not play. Very much grace for them. Hope you all get a chance to sign up for the Gunpowder League and any other associated online quiz leagues you're looking forward to. Once again, congrats to Pat, and sorry for the technical issues at the start. Yeah, really great job all around. Thanks.
Thank you, Joey.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank you.
Joey.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
All right,
Good
cheers
night,
all.
everybody.
All right,
Good night.
good night.